welcome to my YouTube channel Science Click. We are continuing the chapter number first, components of food of science class 6, part number 3. In this video, we will talk about fat and protein nutrients of the food. And in the previous part, we have studied about carbohydrate. As we know that carbohydrate is the energy giving nutrient because it provides us energy. So in this video, first we will talk about fat. This is the second nutrient we are talking about, and it is fat. Fat. Carbohydrate is energy providing nutrient. So we can also say that fat also provide the energy to our body. But carbohydrate gives us energy instantly. So we can say carbohydrate is the primary source of energy. And fat gives us energy 2 times energy than carbohydrate, but gradually. It means slow process. Clear? So we can say that fat and carbohydrate containing food are called energy giving foods. So it is also called energy giving food. Energy giving nutrients. Why? Because fat gives us energy. So we can say it provides energy to our body. Because fat provides us energy, that's why it is called energy giving nutrients. Okay, next thing, fat provide us 2 times energy than carbohydrate. It means that we take the same amount of carbohydrate and fat. So who gives us the more energy? Fat. But fat gives us more energy but in slow process, and the carbohydrate gives us energy in fast process. So carbohydrate is the primary source of energy and fat is a secondary source of energy. I hope you have understood till now. Next thing about fat is our body store the extra energy in the form of fat. Clear? Our body store the extra energy in the form of fat, and this stored fat then used by our body to get the energy when required. That's why fat is considered as energy giving bank. It means energy bank in our body. So fat considered as energy bank in our body. Energy bank because it stored the extra energy in the form of fat. Clear? Who? Our body store the extra energy, and we get the energy from carbohydrate and fat. And whenever the extra energy is formed, that time body immediately not consume the extra energy. So this extra energy is stored by the body in the form of fat. That's why fat is considered as a energy bank in our body. Clear? So let's coming on next point. This is the important point. about fat and oils. Now I'm going to talking about fats and oils. These substances are similar. Clear? So fats and oils are similar substances, but only one difference is that fats are saturated fats, and they generally solid at room temperature. These fats generally solid at room temperature. Clear? So we can say they are solid at room temperature, and whereas oils are unsaturated fats. These are oils are unsaturated fats. These are unsaturated fats, and generally these fats liquid at room temperature. Liquid at room temperature. So fats and soy oils are similar substances. Only one difference is between them. Fats are saturated fats, and which are normally solid at room temperature, and oils are unsaturated fats, and they generally liquid at room temperature. Clear? So this is about the fat. Okay, now the next is one more things about fat is sources of fats. So what are the good sources of fat? We get the sources of fat from the animals as well as plants. So what are these examples? We get the fats food from the animal like ghee, butter, milk, egg, meat. These are the good sources of fats. And whereas what are the plant fat sources like mustard oil, groundnut oil, and canola, sunflower, these are the good sources of fats. We get from these from the plants. Clear? So now this is the about the fat. Now the next nutrient is protein. Proteins. Proteins called bodybuilding nutrients, and this bodybuilding nutrients. Proteins are called bodybuilding nutrients. Why we call the bodybuilding nutrients this one? Because it help in the growth and repair the damaged cells in our body. So we can say the function of proteins. What is the function of protein in our body? Help in growth, and next one, repair the damaged cells. Because our body basically made from the proteins like hair, our nails, blood cells, many more things made from generally proteins. So that's why our body required the protein. So we should have to take the protein in our food. During the growing of the child, this child need more protein than the adult person, because during that time more new cells are forming. That's why the more nutrients are required that time. And during the injured person, pregnant woman, that time also required the more protein. Clear? So that's why proteins are very important to our body and required as a component of food. Okay, so what are the good examples of protein rich food from where we get the protein? So we can say sources of proteins, and these sources of proteins would be, we get the proteins from the animals as well as plants. So first we will talk about the animal sources of protein. Animals, from where we get the protein from the animal foods like milk, fish, milk, fish, meat, chicken, eggs. These are the sources of proteins, and these protein we get from the animals sources of proteins. And what are the plant sources, plant protein sources from where we get the protein, like pulses, peas, beans, soybean, groundnut, pulses, beans. These are the examples of plants proteins from where we get the protein. Clear? And this is about the protein. I hope you have understood. Till now we have discussed about fat, protein, carbohydrate. Now next components will be like vitamins, minerals, water and roughage. Clear? So next video we will talk about these components. So stay tuned and keep watching our videos. If you are still not subscribed our channel, first subscribe the channel and don't forget to press the bell icon so you can get the notification of our upcoming videos. Thank you for watching video.